Good evening. We're going to do lesson 7 in our module 2, multiply by using an area model and the distributive property. You've heard the distributive property. We've been doing that all along when you distribute the number you're going to multiply with the other factors. Tonight we're going to add to that, and we're going to do something with area model. And a lot of you already know what area is because we have done that before in previous lessons, and where they're doing A equals length times width. So let's get started. Well, here's an example of what area model multiplication looks like. But this one's a little different because you're multiplying a 2-digit by a 2-digit. But you get the idea. It kind of looks like windows and you have to fill in them up. But you're going to be breaking apart those factors. So you won't be really multiplying by 43. You'll be breaking up the 43 into 40 and then 3. And then multiplying it by the other factor. Here's your first one, 3 times 12. These are your factors, and we're looking for the product. So we have some graph paper, and if you remember, if we look at the area model, remember it's the formula is A is equal to length times width, and we fill in those variables with those factors, 3 and 12. And then we also can do it by using an area model. So I am going to draw 1, 2, 3, down because I'm going to be multiplying by 3, and then I'm going to go 12 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I can just go 3 down, and there's my rectangle. Alright, so since this is a 10, that's not a 1, it's a 10, I'm going to break this up. I'm going to cut this one down, and I'm going to say, and we're going to break this guy up. I'm going to say this is 10 on this side and 2 on this side. And we're multiplying by 3. Okay, so now we have to say 3 times 30 and 3 times 2. 3 times 10 is 30, and 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, so now that we have 30 and 6, we now can add them up. So 30 plus 6 is equal to 36. This is the product from these two factors using the area model. Alright, so now we have 4 times 23, and we're not going to use the grid paper. We are just going to make a rectangle, and we're going to demonstrate 4 times 23. So right now I'm going to draw just a rectangle. Doesn't have to be the exact measurement like I made before. And since we're doing, this is not a 2, it's a 20, so I'm going to cut this up and show this is the bigger side. So this is 20. And this side is 3, that section. And then over here we're multiplying by 4. So now we say 4 times 20, 4 times 3. So the product of 4 times 20 is 80. 4 times 3 is 12. So now we're going to add them up. Add up these partial products. 80 plus 12 is 92. So the product of 4 times 23 is 92 using the area model. But what about the distributive property? Well, we're going to do the same thing that we've always been doing. We're going to put 4 on the outside, and we're going to be multiplying by breaking these guys up. So we're saying 20 plus 3. Now we have to distribute that 4 to each one of these numbers. So we're going to say 4 times 20. We're going to distribute 4 to 20. Going to add that. And we're going to say 4. We're going to distribute 4 to 3. When we're distributing, we're multiplying. So 4 times 20 is 80. Plus 4 times 3 is 12. And we're getting a product of 92. And when we use the distributive property, we get a nice looking funnel. So you can tell that 92 using the area model and 92 using the distributive property. We are correct. Okay, another example, 2 times 43. Here are two factors, and we're going to first use it by first finding the product of that by using the area model. So I'm going to draw my rectangle. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. But using the area model, I do want to demonstrate who's the bigger number, the bigger digit, and this is going to be the 4. So I want to show that this is 40. Break that, and that's 3 ones. So we have 4 tens and 3 ones, and we're multiplying it by the other factor on the outside, and that's 2. So now we have to say 2 times 4, with that 0, so 2 times 40, 2 times 3. So 2 times 40 is 80, plus 2 times 3 is 6, and we get a product of 86 using the area model. Same thing can happen over here now with the distributor property. We're going to be distributing the 2 to 40 and 3. We're going to break up this 43. So 2 times 40 plus the 3. Time to distribute. Let's give the 2 to the 40 and give the 2 to the 3. So how we do that is we're going to do 2 times 40 plus 2 times 3. And now we multiply. 2 times 40 is 80, plus 2 times 3 is 6, and we get a product for the distributor property, 86, with finding it using an area model. So 2 different ways. A new way of using the area model, along with the standard, the partial product method, the distributive property, the place value chart. There's so many different ways to multiply, and you're going to end up choosing at the end of this unit which way you would like to solve multiplication problems. Can monsters be good at mathematics? Only if you count Dracula. First problem tonight, 2 times 14 equals... But you don't just solve this regularly. I know many of you probably can, but I want you to solve this using an area model and distributive property. And please bring in your work tomorrow so you can level up. Last one, 3 times 23. What's the product? Using area model and distributive property. And I want to see your work tomorrow so you can level up. Which part of the house is off limits to ghosts? The living room. For all those kids out there that love jokes, that's a good one for you. Have a good night. We'll practice distributive and area models tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.